Not everything needs to be big to make an impact. Pizzette are proof of that. Small, quick to bake, and full of personality. They're more than just mini pizzas. They're a chance to get creative, to experiment, to turn the familiar into something unexpected. With each one, you get a blank canvas, a new flavor to explore, a new story to tell. This is about curiosity, play, and freedom. So let go of the rules to play with imagination.